Now offered at the Great Race Place. $3 late pick 3 featuring the last 3 races. $5 late double on the last 2 races. Both with a player-friendly 15% takeout. Every race day at Santa Anita Park.
In the roar, we hit record and the vibes go warm. One says big thoughts, the other says no. Now we're arguing if cats can and low. We spill the tea, we spill the wine. Have the stories of yours and half of mine. We laugh and cry, we overshare too long. Podcast now every now, just double the crutch. Double trouble live, with twice the mess. Double trouble live, no stress. At you for the thrill. Oh yeah, Turbo Live.
Single Trouble Live. Hello everyone, I am Frank Ciaran. My partner in crime is not with me at the moment. He had a little bit of a family emergency. Hopefully everything will be just fine. If he can pop in and out, he will join us. But send good thoughts Kieran's way. But you know what they say, the show must go on. Special treat. We're going to have a special guest to help us kick off the show. I will introduce him in a moment. But as we look toward the start of the $3 all-turf race 5 at Santa Anita, something very cool is happening. Made a little video about it. See what you think. See what you know, if you know what I'm talking about here.
So what do these two ladies in race 5 have in common? I don't know. They both have tails? Well, yeah, but they are also full sisters. How cool is that?
Quantum Energy, the number 1 horse, and the 5 horse Fibonacci's Ride, full sisters. Clubhouse Ride is the dad. Wild Caroline is the mom. Quantum Energy is the older sister. She's a 5-year-old mare. Fibonacci's Ride is the younger sister, a 4-year-old mare. So that's a little bit of a sibling rivalry there. People joke and say that Ciaran and I have a little bit of a sibling rivalry, kind of like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins, because that's kind of what we are. But here's a man who's gonna join us and help us out. He could be like my little brother from another mother. One of my favorite people in racing. Please welcome, first time appearance on Double Trouble Live, Jackson Muniz. Jackson, what's up?
What's going on, Frank? Good to see you.
First of all, thank you so much for answering the bell.
Of course.
Now, I mean, it's a bummer Ciaran can't be on here for the show, but you know what? I don't know how much of a baseball fan you are or the Yankees, but Wally Pipp was the first baseman for the New York Yankees, and he was a pretty darn good baseball player. Well, he got injured and had to miss a game. So the backup first baseman filled in for him. Happened to be Lou Gehrig.
Oh, I heard that
Wally
guy
Pipp never played first base for the Yankees ever again. That was it. So you could be Lou Gehrig to Ciaran's Wally Pipp today.
That's the plan. We'll see how we do. If we give out some, 50-1 winners, I think it'd be a pretty strong case, right?
It wouldn't be the first time you gave out a big bomb on a show. We're going to get talking about the $3 all-turf late pick 3 in a second, but first of all, I just want to introduce you to the audience. Most of the people who follow me probably already know you from doing my seminars and being around Del Mar and all that fun stuff, but we have a far and wide-ranging community here with the DTL crew. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, what you and our man Ryan Anderson are up to. You guys got a lot of buns in the oven, or irons in the fire, I guess is better.
Yeah, doing a little bit of everything right now. Doing a lot for In the Money Media, which is how I kind of got my start and how I was introduced to you, Frank, through Pete. So Ryan and I had our own YouTube channel for a while, and Pete brought us on to that one. So we're doing all exclusively with Pete now with In the Money and the Gallop out. So this week we did like, I don't know, 6 videos. There's so many Derby preps this weekend between the Gotham and the Fountain of Youth and the Rebels. So there's a bunch over there. Go check them out. Really excited for this weekend, but also doing some stuff for HHH Racing and doing a little work for Twin Spires. Did a little work with Naira the other day. So kind of saying yes to everything and having a great time doing it. So it's a lot of fun. And
see, I was thinking I was special that you said yes to me.
Of course.
Yes to everybody. No. It's funny. Jackson's being very, very modest because couple of weeks ago, both Jackson and Ryan appeared on Tom Quigley's pre-race seminar at Santa Anita and absolutely crushed it. And then shortly thereafter, Broadway came calling. New York City, man. Come on. Don't be shy.
No, yeah, that was cool. It was funny how that worked out because I knew I was going to go on Quigley's seminar. And literally like the day before that, I get a call and they're like, oh, do you want to fly out to New York and we'll get you on the Fox show for a day? And I'm like, oh, perfect. I've never been on a TV set in my life, so it was perfect to get a little practice with the cameras and everything.
Yeah.
And I wish the seminar with Quigley had gone a little better. It went well, I think, from a content perspective. My picks were absolutely awful, but that's not here or there. That's gonna happen. It was one of those cards. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. But yeah, I got to go to New York and I was there for Friday, Saturday of Withers weekend. Kind of worked out really well because the Withers actually got canceled. So I was supposed to be there for some random Friday and ended up being the best card of the entire meet. And then I got to cover and was actually on air for the Withers, which was really cool. Got to do Talking Horses with Andy. And yeah, it was great. It was a little colder than I'm used to. I met some old friends in the city one of the nights and it was negative 15 degrees. And I'm trying to navigate New York for the first time and I can't feel my hands or my face or literally anything. I'm trying to walk around. My phone is frozen. Nothing is working. It was a complete mess, but it was so much fun. It was an awesome experience. And glad
I love that. I am native New Yorker, born and bred. It took me 30 years to figure out that I did not have to. No one was forcing me to endure negative 15 degrees. So at 30 years old, I moved out here next to Delaware. So we can talk more about some stuff after this 5th race because 6 is kind of a dead zone for us. But, you know, I don't care how your picks were on Quigley's show. We're gambling here, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. The $3 all-turf pick 3. First of all, what are your impressions of these 15% low takeout wagers with the higher minimums? And tell us who you like in this race. And then we got to lay out a little bit of a sequence going forward.
They're the best. I mean, I feel like these should be the norm. I mean, these are the pools you want to be playing. You want to play the high takeout, the low minimum, because one, you're not going against the CAW players. They're not playing these pools. They're excluded. So your payouts from that standpoint alone are going to be much better when you are able to hit. Two, what the higher minimum does is it really, really forces you to ask yourself how strong your opinions are in these races. When they're 50 cents, you can be 4 deep, 5 deep, 6 deep in all these races. And you can get really lazy with it and you can spend $50 and it's like nothing and really it's just hurting you. It's diluting your opinions and they don't pay nearly as well relative to the parlay. So it really forces you to bear down and make some tough decisions. Sometimes the decisions are, I don't play this pick 3. I don't like it today. I wait for tomorrow and play it for more. And, you know, you got to make sure you have those opinions. I feel like today is the day I really like the sequence quite a bit.
It's awesome. Oh my gosh. It's one of the toughest and most competitive sequences. Absolutely love it. I want to find out who you like, but real quick though, the DTL crew, we're all connected, man. Look at this. SC Pete, welcome Jackson. Let's pick some winners. SC Pete on our show the other day, everybody else got knocked out. He had that one horse down the hill from the rail, the Dwayne Baker horse.
Victor.
He connected on everything. And he even asked us about that horse. And I'm going, I wouldn't bet that horse with your money. No shot. Up in class, breaking from the rail, down the hill. But so Coming from SCP, that is a very big compliment. Of course, Texas Terry, the executive
Yeah.
she wants to welcome you. How about this? Larry Dannemiller of Little Red Feather and Adelphi fame. Jackson rocks. Yes, he does. Here we go. Arthur Sub Jackson. Look at this. You impressed Tippy Martinez. He's doing Naira now. How about that?
Very cool.
And here,
Pretty
one
fun.
real quick. Dan H., a regular member of the DTL crew, a really sharp guy. He was on the desk with Andy. He held his own plus some. That is worth something. Coming through in the clutch today. That is absolutely right. Dan, check your emails because Jackson can only stick around for a couple of races. I might have to get you off the bench to come join me if you're up for it. But anyway, let's get serious. This is such a difficult race. I have 4 A's and like 3 B's, and I have 1 ticket where I'm going to use everybody.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I thought this was by far the toughest race to narrow down. I'm with you completely. My big opinion in this opening leg is I would not bet Maya Kamas with my worst enemy's money. I mean, what was her excuse last time? The number 2, she was even money in there. She had an easy lead. She was uncontested throughout, and she got beat by a long shot that day who had very similar trip. So I felt like she was supposed to win in that race. And now she found herself in a race that has a lot more speed than the race she was in last time. So I'm way against her at a short price.
I agree. She had everything her own way and still got caught. I mean, she could still win today, but I think there are other interesting places to land.
Right. Well, and just compare her trip to the trip of Quantum Energy, who dropped 10 lengths at the back behind that really slow pace and closed like a freight train despite the slow pace and missed by a head. And now she's going from an outside post to an inside post and it's going to be a much better price. I'd way rather bet the one in this spot. So I think Quantum Energy would be my top pick in here if I was betting to win. She's definitely a horse I'm going to use. She will
That's
be
my top pick as well.
Yeah, I think hopefully we're on the right track here, Frank. I think she's got a big shot.
But that being said, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm posting my picks. By the way, just real quick, sorry, Jackson. The picks that I posted in the chat, which are now deleted, were actually Saturday's picks. So please do not use them or follow them or bet them. I'm putting my revised play up right now.
Hey, sometimes that works. Ryan just won a horse players contest betting all 5s in every single race, and he crushed the field. And he won by like $80. It was ridiculous.
Terry had a friend join us at the racetrack at Del Mar, and she ended up hitting a super, and she was so excited. And she shows me the program with everything circled. Santa Rosa. She bet the Santa Rosa horses at Del Mar, and they won.
See? It's all that matters. It all matters how they finish. That's it.
All right. So Quantum Energy, I just threw that up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 are my A's, and I'm 7, 8, 11 is my B's.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very spready here. You're not singling the one, though, or are you? Because the one is a bit of a nibbler.
Yeah, I don't trust her enough to single her. I am going to use her 3, though. I think that's my long shot play. I think she's kind of interesting. She's one that will be forwardly placed, but doesn't need the lead. And I think the one time she tried the 2 turns, she just didn't get a great trip/ride that day. She went forward, she sat the pocket, then she got shuffled in the first turn a little bit, found herself farther back. She got shuffled again the second turn. So all of a sudden, the horse that was sitting in the pocket going to the first turn was dead last, turning for home. It just felt like a race you want to just chuck out the window, just pretend like it didn't happen. The comeback race, she was really wide, sprinting. She had no chance trip that day either. And now she's going to be 20-1 against a field that is just kind of not the greatest. I feel like she's the upside.
No, it's not the greatest at all. I mean,
so
we both talked about Quantum Energy having a huge shot, and this horse doesn't like to win. So the fact that we both like a horse who's a nibbler tells you that if you can find something else a little fuzzy, you could really light it up.
Let me ask you about the 11, Frank. I'm so curious what you have to say about Just a Kiss, because I have so many positives for her that are better than this field. I also have so many negatives that makes me not want to go near her. So I'm so torn on what to do with her.
I ended up making that horse a B for a few reasons. First of all, I absolutely loved her in that Del Mar race. Mm-hmm. I made a nice win bet on her. Nice. And the way she won was really impressive. I mean, she won that race really easy, and you don't see that margin of victory in turf races, especially at Del Mar, where every race is so difficult. My problem with her is that she's a little bit of a China doll. She needs time between races. She now comes back as a 4-year-old facing, tougher veterans, so to speak. I don't think that field she beat was all that great. I know 2 of them came back to win, but I think Goatsky had to drop to the $50,000 level to get the W. But the main reason is the post. I mean, it's just a very, very difficult post, which is why I made the horse a B. I went with the 4 horses on the inside, and I also thought that there should be a fair amount of speed in here, right? So
yeah,
Maya Kama is not going to have it as easy as she did last time, and she didn't win. So that's why I was looking for closers, the 1, the 3, and the 4 on the inside. But look, this horse obviously has ability. Andy Mathis is a terrific trainer. Ayuso was a very good under-the-radar jock. Our friend Noah Maher, he was on Ayuso about 5 years ago before he was even a jockey.
Yeah, and speaking of Noah just hit the pick 3 or the turf pick 3, which is also $3. He just hit it at Gulfstream for about 1,600, so he's having a pretty good day too.
Ooh, nice.
So between Ryan and Noah, the pressure is on me today because they have already hit for a lot of money.
Well, that's why we're here. This is what we do. We gamble. We take everyone's opinion. So tell me, who are you using? Because I actually want to put, if you don't mind, I want to put up your ticket so people can follow along. So who do you have in this first leg?
I'm going to use the 1, the 3, the 10, and I'm also going to use the 11. I fear her too much to get beat by her.
I think you have to. And look, the horse is taking money, right? 5-2?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that horse is absolutely live. Post will be a little bit of a problem, but how about Quantum Energy? So I'm just looking at the board real quick. 7-2, Maya Kama 2-1. 3's dead, 4's dead, which I don't mind actually because they're not the kind of horses people are going to gravitate to,
Right. I mean, the 4 especially is going to be, you wanted the horse to be 30-1 because that just blows absolutely everything up.
Yeah, and I'm going to make a win bet on that horse because
I love it.
I don't need to have that horse to start my all turf and they get knocked out in the middle leg or whatever.
Yeah.
So 1, 3, 10, 11. Let me look. Hold on, but let me look what I have. Yeah, I have all of those horses as well. I played 2 tickets. I am starting my A ticket with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have a B ticket which comes back 7, 8, 11. Because I have a horse that I'm going to single on that ticket in the nightcap. So let's go to the middle leg as they're making their way onto the track. I mean, into the paddock. They're just leaving the paddock anyway.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah,
we got
time. Just give me your numbers for the middle leg.
6, ice cold.
So who is that? Oh, and give me the numbers for the last one. I can put this up.
And the last race is 5-7.
5, 7. Okay, you have the 7. That's mine. Okay. All right. Tell us about your single here. Easy game.
I'm not gonna lie. I did a show for this card yesterday for In the Money, and I spent so much time on that 7th race. I mean, it just gave me such a headache because there's all the speed and all these horses that haven't run in since last summer. They're all layoff horses. There wasn't too much info, and I had no idea where to go. And finally, kind of just hit me like this 6 is the most obvious horse in the world in this race. I mean, she just has not run a bad race up to this point. And the last race was good. He beat a decent field that day. The race 2 back was really good. You can go back and watch the replay. You compare the trip he had compared to the trip the winner that was ridden by Flavian Pratt. I mean, Pratt probably saved about 4 lengths of ground and won that race by length. And this horse had go super wide and got bumped in the stretch. And I think this horse is, with how much speed is in the race, he's going to really appreciate the cutback too. He's going to come with his run. And what I like most about the cutback for this horse specifically is he's been really keen early in his races, his last couple of races, going the mile. And a lot of times you see horses settle so much better when they cut back to 6 furlongs because the paces are faster. They can get into the race. They're not you're not holding them up as much. They're letting them freely run. And he's not going to be on the lead in this spot. He's going to become closing late.
They're using their natural speed, but it's obviously not fast enough to contest sprint speed. So they'll settle into a nice early rhythm, run at your own pace, and save energy for when it matters most.
Right. So instead of fighting the rider throughout, you're going faster, but you're doing it under your own terms. You're not fighting. You're against the rider. Just allow him to go. Let him get into a little rhythm. So I think he's going to come with his late run. I don't trust the 10 in there, who seems like the other closer. And then if you're talking about the speed horses in that race, it feels like it could be anyone. So I just wanted to single the 6. I think he's the most likely winner.
I love it. I ended up using 3 in that middle leg, 1-10-6. I actually like Nessa's last hurrah last time. The horse was entered down the hill.
Yeah.
Scratch shows up here. And very similar to Cuban Confusion. I mean, I like the horse's route form. So cutting back, I think that horse will get a perfect tracking trip from the rail. Use the natural speed, not too far back, but not contesting the fast pace, and then showing some power late. So I'm 1-10-6 there. Jackson is singled. And then let me put your nightcap up because we want people to piggyback us or add or comment or whatever because we got about 3 minutes to post. But I think that's probably a little generous because they're just out on the track now.
Yeah.
This
last race was tough, and I am going to come back and play a ticket singling just a 7 and press up that horse a little bit.
Yes.
Speaking of Andy texted me about this horse. Andy never texts me about a horse. He texted me about this horse in October, like out of absolute nowhere. Went out of the blue to text me like, "Oh, this horse ran really well overseas. You should bet him at Del Mar when he's."
Hold on, Andy Sterling in New York is texting you about a Southern California horse.
Yes. The only time he's ever done this, and this was on this horse's North American debut. So ever since then, I'm like, okay, I gotta follow this horse, and it just feels like today is the day because he didn't run that great in his North American debut. Came back at Santa Anita. The race was a complete merry-go-round, and he was dead last. He actually ran okay, I thought, to pass a good chunk of the field. He finished 4th that day. The problem is there's not a lot of speed again in this race in the nightcap. I'm hoping they can be a little bit more forward. I don't think he's going to be on the lead, but I think last time at least he was like mid-pack after the first furlong or two, and then they dragged him back to last. So hopefully it can be a little more into the race.
I think, and this is something that took me a while to understand and figure out, but it makes perfect sense when I explain it. A horse who may be 8 lengths back in a maiden special weight will not be 8 lengths back in a $50,000 claimer.
Yeah.
It's just the horses aren't as good. They're not as fast. And if they are really fast, they're usually cheap speed.
Right.
So I think this horse will absolutely be more forwardly placed. And yeah, 7 Prime Artist is that's my single as well. I did use another on a backup ticket. Let me just pull up what I have. Sorry, I'm working with one hand here, guys. That's 7 and then 7, 4, 10. So my Caveman 8 ticket uses the 7, the 4, and the 10, but then I came back with a Sabre ticket that just singles the 7 as my main opinion. And one of the things that we talk about on the show, Jackson, is, I know you're only on for this segment, but when Ciaran and I do the late pick 3 and the late double, we actually play these bets as we call them handcuffing them. So in other words, you can use horses in your late pick 3 that you might not, in your early all turf that you might not use in your late pick 3 or late double, because once you get past the first leg, you understand now what you're alive to or what you're not. Right. And if you're trying to be a little price sensitive, you can be very targeted here. So for instance, I don't like doing that first ticket that I did, that Caveman with the 1, 2, 3, 4, but I couldn't narrow it down in those first 2 legs. So in other words, when it comes, and let's say that I'm alive in that B ticket there with single to the 7, I could play a late double 10-6 or whatever the race. Yeah, it's not the 10-6, but it's the dirt race.
Right.
Dirt race horses to the 4 and 10 who I don't have on that live ticket.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So we like to call them handcuffing them together. You don't have to play them as single discrete bets. You can kind of use them to leverage your opinion, press, hedge, save, whatever the case may be.
Right. And like you said, a lot of it will depend on who wins that first leg. If it's the favorite, the 2 that wins his first leg, okay, maybe, you're not going to be live for as much as you were maybe hoping for, and you kind of just let it roll out because you don't want to spend too much money.
I don't mean to cut you off, but they're in the gate, and I always mess this up. I want people to be able to put your last second bets in, everybody. I end up talking, and it's like, oh, Oops.
I didn't even realize they're at the gate, so good call.
I know. No, that's on me. We've got to get a better system. But anyway, I'm going to take us out of the studio so everyone can watch the race. Good luck, everyone. They're off. Wah, wah. Unmute your mic, Jackson. When we play when I put up the screen, yeah.
There you go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh well.
Do everything right and can't catch my Akama.
Well, and yeah, I'll complain for a second. There was all the speed drawn wide, and none of them went. I mean, whatever.
I know. I don't understand that. That race. I mean, I always do my own pace analysis, but I always back it up with optics, and optics has it in the red. You know, not as fast of a pace that I had originally thought, but still like in the red zone.
Right.
Should have been a little bit of pressure on that horse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at a horse like the 9 Green Zone who did absolutely nothing when she was off the pace. Then they sent her the front last time and she wins. Like, how are you not doing that again? It's just, I don't know. I'm not a jockey. The one actually ran okay. She was 10 wide in the final term, and she kind of had to. She had no choice, but just had too much to do in the stretch.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you just scratch your head. But I will say this, and I'm actually very curious to hear your opinion about this. I think the turf course, while not completely unfair to closers, I think it does help speed carry a little bit longer than one would normally expect, especially if you compare it to Del Mar, and especially when the rails are out 20 feet like today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I feel like Del Mar, Quantum Energy would have inhaled that horse.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, you know, I've kind of talked about this with Ryan lately. It just feels like this meet specifically, I feel like my whole life, like California has been known for, like, there's legit paces all the time. Everyone goes, there's fast contested paces, there's speed. Especially on the grass of this meet, it feels like there's been a lot of what we just saw. Like, there's 5 horses that have speed, and then one of them goes, and then they wire, and it's just like, okay, what was everyone else? What was the plan with the other jockeys that had speed? It just, I don't know if it's just this specific colony that's kind of evolving right now, or what, but it seems like it's been happening a lot.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. I don't know. It's just like you said. Yeah, we're not jockeys, and I mean, even back in my skinny days, even when I could have made weight as a jockey, I still wouldn't have wanted to be a jockey.
No. Maybe when I was like 5, but that was short-lived when I found out you couldn't eat. So I'm good. I like food too much.
Look, it is our job to analyze and critique a ride or a trip, but to a man, we have so much respect for what the jockeys do day in and day out. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. What these guys do are remarkable, but as public handicappers and as gamblers and bettors and horse players, we need to analyze a ride so that we can take that information and use it going forward.
Right. 100%. Yeah. And the note for the 2 would be got away with an uncontested lead. And that's probably one you want to try to beat next time when she's moving up in class against tougher.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was so focused on Quantum Energy, I didn't really see how my other A's ran, so I'll have to go back and watch the replay. But what was the order of finish there? Oh, they just took it off the TV.
The 2 and 1 were clear. I don't know who got.
Yeah, they were pretty clear, right? It wasn't super competitive.
The 10 hung around for third, and 10 was always up there. So no one really closed except for the 1. She's the only horse that made any.
Did the 11 do anything?
No, she was done a long way out.
Yeah.
The 5 was 4th.
Probably needed the race.
Yeah. Well, the other thing with the 11, she was a vet scratch twice already at this meet. So they've been trying to run her.
Oh, is that right?
One time it actually got rained off. They moved it back. Then she was a vet scratch. So she's clearly had some issues to get to the races.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the reason why I was like, well, the double the layoff, not being able to string races together, especially for a good trainer like Mathis, I mean, but anyway, let me ask you, because I know you have a little bit of some time constraints. Can you stick around a little longer? When do you have to go? Because I do not want to keep you.
After the 6th race, I'll have to take off.
Okay, so we can hang out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, good, because this is the part of the show where we can have a little bit of fun and talk turkey, because this race is not part of any of the low takeout sequences.
Right.
Obviously, if you have an opinion and want to share it, we can talk about the race. But I mostly use the information in race 6, looking at the double probables going forward into race 7, which is the start of the late pick 3, because then I can start thinking about, did I miss something? Do I need to pivot? Do I need to hedge? Do I need to add horses, delete horses, etc.? But before we do that, can I ask, did you do the late pick 3?
Yes.
Some ideas?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hold off on that. So I interrupted you while you were actually doing a show today, and Ryan was telling me that it's a new show. Can you talk about it? Can you tell us what's going on? Or is
to be honest, that's all Ryan. I really don't know much.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if I'm even allowed to say much, but what I know is we're doing some kind of trial run for, I don't even know who, but it went well, and
Ryan will announce it in due time.
Yeah. But like I said, they crushed it. I mean, they did a really good job.
Tell us where, I know you mentioned a lot of the outlets in the money and etc. Like, where can we find your work? What should we be looking for? Gallop Out. You guys do a weekly show at the same time each week, right? And it usually covers a different sequence at a different track.
Yeah, it's kind of been evolving a little bit the last couple months, just with our schedules kind of getting a little hectic. So we don't really have a set time anymore when we do it, but it will be sometime during the week, whether it's morning or evening. That changes depending on schedules. But yeah, we're typically covering the bigger sequences of the week. This week, obviously, there's a lot going on. So like I said, we covered some Oakland, we covered some Gulfstream, and we covered the Gotham up in New York as well. So that's over on YouTube. It's on either the Gallop Out or the In the Money YouTube channel. It's on both of those, either one. It should be on X, it should be on Spotify, Apple, all that other stuff.
And I want to add this because I don't know why they removed the ID from when we put a banner up. What is your X handle?
It's Jax Muniz _.
Follow Jackson on X. Got a plug, man. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
So JAX
Yes.
Underscore
Yep.
Muniz.
Or Jax Muniz, then underscore.
Oh, Jax. Jax. All right, I'm going to put this up. You tell me if I got it right. Good?
Yep. Perfect. Perfect.
All right, well, let's roll through some comments here. Oh, this is interesting because I'm gonna want your opinion on this because I have no opinion. Brian, thank you for joining us. Always appreciate your contributions. Does Del Cid know this turf course? I believe he came from Delta Downs.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
You have a scoop on this? It was like 25% leading rider at Delta Downs, and hey, good for him. Come on, come out to Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen what these guys have done recently. I mean, Jaramillo came from seemingly nowhere and is just crushing it this meet.
Yeah.
So why not take a shot? And even Florent Giroux just came out and he's done pretty well. Yeah, so
I was so skeptical when I heard that Giroux was coming out here because I remember a couple of years ago he came out one summer for Del Mar, and he was unbettable, absolutely unbettable for whatever reason. So I was like, oh man, I cannot wait to fade this guy on favorites. But then I found out that Matt Nakatani was going to be his jock agent, and Matt was actually on Tom's show this morning. Matt did my show over the summer last year, the same one that you've done many, many times. He is the jock agent for Rispoli, and obviously Rispoli's hurt.
Yeah. So
Rispoli and Drew talked, they're buddies, and he said, hey, if you're looking for a change, come to California. Matt will hook you up. Matt is one of the best in the business. I'm sure for everyone listening out there, the last name Nakatani should ring a bell.
Oh, yeah.
So Matt is booking Giroux's mounts, and he's been on a lot of live horses. And what I like about it is because Matt's competitive himself. He was a place kicker for like Louisville, University of Louisville. Like he's a D1 athlete. His dad is one of the fiercest competitors in the jockey colony.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that, and I know that Matt is a student of the game, and he is a very good coach. And my biggest concern when Flo came out here was, is he going to be aggressive enough? Because he has a very passive riding style, right? Which you can kind of get away with back east because everyone goes the half and 50 and chain, you know what I mean? Like, so he could do it if he's got the right horse, which he had a lot when he was riding for Brad Cox.
Right.
But I think Matt was like, dude, that's not going to fly out here. Like, you got to put your horse in the race and you got to ride. You can't be a passenger because you're not always going to be on a Brad Cox odds-on horse.
Right.
You know, and he's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I think for me, the jury's still out a little bit just because I've, watched him for a long time, not just the last month. He has done well the last month for sure. But I agree with what you said. He's needs to be more aggressive out here especially because it's just that wins races out here, especially at Santa Anita on both courses, not just the dirt. The grass is very speedy as well as we
we just saw.
Yeah. And speaking of Matt actually did the seminar with TQ this morning. So if anyone wants to check out Matt's stuff, he's pretty sharp, obviously.
Yeah, Matt's awesome. And I know we always talk about his last name, Nakatani, but the dam side is descended from the DeLasse line. His grandfather, Wally DeLasse, only one of the best trainers Southern California had for many, many years. And Craig DeLasse, the son, excellent under the radar trainer, does such good work. Everyone in that DeLasse family been around horses a long time. So I called Matt racetrack royalty because I mean, it doesn't it's like that pedigree. It's
oh yeah. I didn't know that about his mom.
Yeah. DeLasse. And he's also just a super cool dude. He took time out of his busy day. Let me tell you a little interesting story because I asked him how did you guys get the journalism mount? Forgive me if I'm not telling it exactly right, but you'll understand when I give you the gist of it. He was a huge fan of a race mare, and he knew that she went off to the breeding shed, and he was looking for her offspring. And I forget who journalism's mayor dam is, but he saw that and was like, "Ooh." Saw that it was with McCarthy, contacted McCarthy, and was like, I love the dam. And he's like, "Well, this is a good one, okay." And that's like he did the work before he even knew that the horse had any ability. Like, to me, that it blew my mind. I'll actually go back and rewatch because it's archived on X, and see if I can clip that out, because I'm going like, that's the level of detail and the level of work and the level of knowledge someone like Matt has.
Yeah. I just looked it up right now. The dam was Mopotism for Doug O'Neill.
Yeah, Mopotism. Yeah, she was nice. Mopotism. I think it was a Redham horse, and maybe Doug O'Neill, Turf, Dirt, one of them. Do you have the PPs there?
Did a lot of dirt. Was a graded stakes winner.
Was it Redham?
Made almost $1 million. Yeah, she was pretty good.
Was she Redham and O'Neill?
Yeah, Redham and O'Neill. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
he loved that horse. He was like, I got to find out her babies.
Yeah.
And that's how it happened. I mean, is that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and for the dam, or it's like her first foal, I think, too. Like, oh yeah, it's just just journalism. This is
exactly.
Phenomenal 3-year-old. Yeah. I actually randomly I was watching his Preakness last night. I saw some post, someone posted about something. Oh, greatest Preakness whenever, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I went back and watched, and like, yeah, how the heck did he win that race from where he was at the 8th pole? It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And then you watch him against Sovereignty, and Sovereignty's got even a faster closing kick.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, no, those are really, really nice horses. And they're both in good hands, Bill Mott and Sovereignty, and Michael McCarthy with journalism. But I'm not this guy, but I'm forcing myself to be this guy, because Ciaran and I are doing the show, and we want more content that's outside of our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been doing some Derby prep race analysis and whatnot. I'm the kind of guy who, like, tell me the week of, when they draw the PPs and the post positions, I will let you know who I like. Any early Derby thoughts? Anyone you have your eye on? Any suggestions for the Fountain of Youth tomorrow?
The Fountain of Youth, I think, is tough. I like the Safi horse towards the outside, who's going to be helped by the scratches. There's a couple scratches or some long shots. That's a really tough race. There's like 5 or 6 horses that are legit, have Derby aspirations that can win that race. I think that's a difficult one. The Gotham, though, is the one I have my eye on. I got Iron Honor for Chad Brown at 122 to 1 in the Derby future pool, and he ran like a 95 buyer on debut. So he's supposed to be like even money tomorrow. He's 122 to 1. I'm just hoping he makes a starting gate, and I'd be happy.
Get to the gate.
Yeah,
right. Get to the gate. He won't be 122 to 1 on Derby Day.
Yeah, and that's like the first Derby bet I've ever made. I think I made like a $10 one 6 years ago on some random horse. So I'm hoping he does well. But the one on Sunday I like the most is my best bet the whole weekend is Class President down at the Rebel. I just think the favorites in that race are kind of suspect. There's Litmus Test for Baffert, who
I was gonna say I haven't looked at it yet. Does Baffert have anybody in there?
Yeah, he's got that one. I feel
that
like
he's scratched out of the Southwest, right?
Scratched out of the Southwest, hasn't been working well. Like, his big race was at Low Sal when he beat a couple other Bafferts that aren't that great. And then he was fourth in the Breeders' Cup and got the fast number. But my issue with that race was the pace was so slow, and he was like right behind it. It just felt like they kind of all merry-go-rounded around there. Like, I don't know how good he actually ran in there because the pace was so slow. He was able to keep up with them late. So if he's really going to be the favorite in there, I don't need him. I think there's too many red flags. Blackout Time is the other horse who's going to be a favorite. Actually beat Litmus Test pretty easily the one time they faced off. But he's also coming off a long layoff. He was supposed to run the Breeders' Cup as well. He was going to be amongst the favorites. He got a little issue. Hasn't been seen since. And it feels like, especially for McPeak, this is not the target for him. He's going to work backwards from the Derby with a horse like this. Yep. He'll come back 80, 90%, prep him, get him ready for the Arkansas Derby for his big prep, and then he'll peak at the Derby. So I just feel like those two favorites are worth taking on. And Class President is kind of the up-and-comer who this is probably his target. Like, they need him to run well to see if he's actually a Derby horse. He's tactical. Was against it last time at Gulfstream because I don't know how much Gulfstream you've been watching, but the rail on the dirt has just been brutal. It's just been a dead rail the entire meet, and he was kind of glued to it for 6 of the 7 furlongs that he ran last time against a good field. So I think he's going to be 6 or 7, 8 to 1-ish, and I think he's got a really big shot.
Which horse was that?
Class president for Todd Pletcher. Yeah.
Of the prep races that have been run, it's so early. Anyone impressed you more than anyone else? Paladin, Nearly, Renegade? Or you're just kind of like, let's see how it shakes out?
I feel like there's like 4 or 5 horses that have all kind of run similar. So no one's really stood out to this point.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess Paladin, just because I don't think he's in a similar boat where like, okay, he's just going to come back and we don't have to win. We just want to see him run well, and I think he did. So he'd be the leader in the clubhouse for me, but it's a very, very short lead.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen.
Yeah. What do you like?
Just this weekend, you know? No, I don't have anybody that I'm absolutely in love with just yet. And again, it's really not my jam. Although I do remember doing a show with you and Ryan, and maybe even Noah was on. You guys asked me about a Derby horse, and I had 2 predictions on that show. I said Sovereign. That's not my jam. I don't pick Derby horses. And it was right after the Fountain of Youth. Not the Fountain of Youth, right after the Florida Derby. I said, but of all the horses I've seen in the prep races, I like Sovereignty the best. I really thought that, he could move forward off that blah, blah. My other prediction was, we were talking about Baeza, and I said, Baeza will not win the Derby, but if there's a future book for the 2026 Pacific Classic, sign me up.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like that's obviously he's no longer with John.
Yeah, now he's on the East Coast. So, but I don't know what.
Supposedly the plan is still to come back for the Pacific Classic as of last week.
And that was sad news about John Sheriff. So one of my all-time favorite trainers, Zenyatta, my all-time favorite horse, like favorite racehorse, like not even close.
100%. Yeah. I never got to meet him, but from what everyone has said, that was close to him. Just apparently he was just the nicest guy you'll ever meet, and was. Especially with Zenyatta, I mean, what an ambassador he was. I mean, all the fanfare in public and media, and he was willing to share.
Were you into it? Habib, how old were you when Zenyatta was?
I was 9 and 10.
Did you experience it at all?
She's the reason
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
She had groupies.
Mm-hmm.
She had a group of like 300 women who would come out and dress in the silk colors, hold the Zenyatta signs. And I was like right there with them. I'm like, she's the best.
Yeah. I've done a lot of cool things in the sport and seen some really cool performances, but probably the coolest thing I've ever done was quickly set up a tour at Land's End for us last year when we went to Keeneland, and we got to go meet Zenyatta last spring. It was awesome. It was awesome. That is so cool. Oh my God. Something I'll never forget. All 17 hands of her. Yeah, well, and she was massive. And I don't know if you've ever been to the farms, but I have a long time ago. I saw I forget which farm me and Pete Fornatel went to, but this is when Dynaformer was still doing his thing. So we got to meet Dynaformer, but I forget what farm that was. Might have been Lane's End. I'm not sure. Yeah, but beautiful. Oh yeah. The craziest part to me is they have the stallion barns, which, first of all, you're walking through a barn, there's 7 horses in it, and they're worth about $1 billion collectively, which is just ridiculous to wrap your mind around. But then you got to drive through like 10 miles of pastures just to get to where they are, where Zenyatta was. And these pastures are huge, and all the horses are way out in the center of the field. You can't even see them. And we're driving through. I'm like, man, she's going to be a quarter mile away. I'm not even going to get to see her because we haven't seen a single horse the entire time that it's close, because they're all way out in the middle of the fields. And we finally get there. And sure enough, there's a pack of horses in the middle of the field, except for one horse that's waiting at the fence with her neck no way fence, waiting for the cars to come up. And sure enough, it was Zenyatta. I'm like, you could not have. Queen is ready to receive you, Jackson. It was insane. Step on through. That is amazing. But that's how she was when she raced. She played to her audience. She did that little prance. Oh yeah, in the paddock. When Mike Smith would bring her after the races and parade her around the grandstand. I mean, she just like, come on. Oh, she knew. She knew what was going on. Yes. All right. Let me look. This has been so awesome, but let me look. We got 4 minutes to post.
But let me roll through some comments really quick. They're all talking about Del Cid. Well, it was probably his first turf mount, so let's give him a little bit of slack. I mean, do they even have a turf course at Delta Towns?
I don't think so. No. Probably not.
All right. What do you have an opinion in this race? Because I'm going to look at some probables going forward. There's a 3 to 5 favorite in here. The number 4 horse, Manny A.
Yeah, I mean, she's the likeliest winner, but I don't trust her at all at 3 to 5. She's had plenty of chances. The horse I might put a couple bucks on is the 1. The only time she's faced claimers on the dirt, and it came against a better field than the one she's facing today, but she won, and that was just a couple months ago down at Del Mar. She might be the speed of the speed in this race, and she's currently 6 to 1, which I think is kind of ridiculous, honestly.
So let's look at some doubles going forward. So right now, the favorite double combo is the 4 in this race. It's close. The 10 is $10 and the 2 is $11. Proof He Rides, the Mullins horse, is the 2, and then Son of a Birch, the Falcone horse. You probably needed that race last time. Who do you have again? Let me put your. Oh, you're all about the 6 here, right?
In that 7th race, yes.
Yeah. So let's just say for you said you like the 1 in this race.
Yeah. I'll put a couple bucks on the 1.
The 1-6 double for $2 is $88.
Okay, well, let me go make a little bet real quick.
I'm going to do that right. I'm going to say, you know what? Jackson's on the show. He's giving us picks. I'm gonna go to the windows right now.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm not going to bet the farm, but gotta have a little action.
Yeah, put a few bucks.
David's Kalen.
Little action bet. I'm on the wrong race. I did that the other day. I was playing in a contest, and I liked a 50 to 1 shot, and I actually played it. And luckily, I didn't win. It got second. But I realized afterwards I bet it in the wrong account. Like, man, imagine I bet a 50 to 1 shot in a contest and it wins, and I bet it in the wrong account. That would.
Oh my God, that's rough. How tough is this game? Like, there's so many ways where the racing gods just mock us.
Yeah,
like, there's so many ways to screw up. So I'm using your 1 here going forward, but I don't have. Even though I do like the 6 in the next leg, I don't have single confidence like you do. So I also ended up using my other 2 A's, which were
the 10 and the 1, right?
The 6. Hold on, oh gosh, I'm looking at a million different things here. Yes, 1-10-6. Actually, the one is my top choice because I list them in order. So I'm 1-10-6, but I am going to use your 1 here because I didn't handicap the race and you did.
Yeah, nothing crazy, just a little action bet.
Well, I mean, anytime you can make a case against the 3 or 5 shot, I mean, right?
Yeah.
This is what the game's all about: beating overbet favorites, right?
Absolutely. Especially when that's had
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, especially when that's had their chances. I mean, this horse has burned some money before.
So do you want to give out your late pick 3 play now, or you want to do it after this race? How soon do you have to go? Because I would like to put it up on the board.
Yeah, we'll do it right after.
Okay. So Dan H, double probables into the next race. Race 7 favors the 4 and the 10. No, that can't be right.
I think he means the 2 and the 10.
Yeah, it must be the 2 because that's what I just said, right? The 2 and the 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Brooklyn John, thank you for joining us. Let's make some money. Let's see. Dana Miller here, LD, Fairgrounds Jock. He gratefully with the Delphi, a heck of a ride for 5. Oh, this is what's Florent Giroux we're talking about.
Yeah.
That was a really good ride on Gratefully, actually.
She's nice. She's nice.
That was a classy win.
Yeah. I mean, we have some really nice Philly turf sprinters right now on the West Coast. We have her, we have AG Bullet who's coming back, and we also have Queen Maxima. I mean, that's a 3-headed monster right there. I'd love to see them in the starting gate together.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. that turf sprint division, what's the next big race on the calendar, and if they're all going to show up for it.
It would be the Derby Day one. I forget what it's called, but it's on Kentucky Derby undercard. And then She's So Spicy is another filly who's probably the top of the division right now. So
how about Cy-Fair? Has Cy-Fair run back?
No, I'm curious to see where she shows up next.
Yeah, and is she going to show up in 3-year-old only races? I mean, probably.
Yeah,
but maybe not. I don't know. Right? Because Cy-Fair is a filly, beat the boys in the juvenile turf sprint. She's So Spicy won the actual turf sprint.
Yeah. We have some nice filly sprinters for sure.
All right, they're loading, Jackson. Let's bow out. We'll come back and we'll do your late pick 3 real quick, and then I'll let you go.
Sounds good.
Good luck, everybody. I'm putting Jackson back in. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, right. I'll admit I missed the start of the race. I had to go to the bathroom real quick. What happened? Okay. All I saw was a stretch, and the one was trying to close. I'm like, oh, wasn't near the front.
Yeah, but it seemed like the one was a million miles back. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Why? That's part of the. We'll have to. I'll tell you who didn't miss the start of the race. The DTL crew, because they will chime in and tell us what happened to the one. Why was the one so far back there?
There could be an inquiry into that too. I mean, the 5 was drifting the entire last furlong or so.
Well, I'll tell you, if the 6 is the win, oh no, the 5 right away.
Oof.
Well, you were right to take on the 4, man.
Yeah, she was no good at even money, but wrong horse. And it looks like there is an inquiry already. They already posted.
There is, yeah. So what did you see? I missed it.
The 5 was drifting out quite a bit. Looks like we're going to see the head on. I mean, he's trying to hit her right-handed or straighten her up, but she's not having it. She's just going out, going out, going out, going out. I don't know if they ever make contact, but I mean, she drifts like 8 paths.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a whisker separating them at the wire.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't even pretend to guess anymore, man.
I would DQ her, but that's just me.
Let's see. Let me mute Frank. Well, we'll keep an eye on this. I know you got to go, but I really would like to hear what you're doing in the $3 late pick 3, which starts in race 7. So you're single to the 6 in your all turf. And this is what I was talking about, handcuffing the bets. Are you starting with a single, or are you going to use some more horses to start?
I'm going to start with the single again.
Well, you're all in on the confusion. If that horse wins, that opens up possibilities.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I'm really curious to hear what you think about that maiden race. I really struggled with it. I know it's not a huge field, the dirt one with a couple.
Well, let me put your numbers up first because I want people to be able to follow along.
Yeah.
So $3 late pick 3. Okay.
So I'm singling the 6. Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna single the. I'm gonna use. Can I use B's?
You can use whatever you want.
I'm gonna use the 2, but I'm also gonna use the 5 for a little bit. And the 5 is a giant prize.
Is one of that's one of the Bafferts, and who's the 5?
The other McCarthy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that because I singled Cherokee Nation. All right, and then in the nightcap.
And then 5-7 in the nightcap, with 7 being the preference.
So that's 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. You're free to add more horses if you want.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
I love it. Tight. Again, what did we say? These bets force you to be better handicappers, but more importantly, better ticket constructors.
Right.
Constructors.
Yeah.
All right. Let me add your banner here. Do you have time to just talk us through the sequence real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we already kind of mentioned this 7th race. I just feel like there's so much speed that the 6s might just really trip out in here, and I think the sprint is going to do him a lot of good. So he's my strongest opinion of the day, and I'm going to single him. I don't have. If he loses, so be it. Like we'll move on to tomorrow. Like it's fine. Or the next.
Play the late double.
Yeah, or the late double. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 110.6 here, and then I'm 110.6 on my all turf, and then I am 110.6 to start my pick 3. So I'm not hedging it all. I might. I mean, depending on how the rest of the conversation goes. But just so you know, Jackson, my A's are 110.6, and my B's in this race are the 2 and the 5.
Okay. Yeah,
but right now, I did not put in a B ticket.
Okay. Yeah, this first race is tough. And then that second leg, I struggled with it too because I was with you last time on Cherokee Nation. I loved him in was it the Bob Lewis? Bob Lewis. I loved him that day. He was 12-1. I thought he was going to run
in there to get Derby points, right? I mean, he was a maiden against winners in a stakes race on the Derby Trail.
Yeah, it was a tough spot. I wish he had run a little better. He never really picked up his feet. His main issue, he is not going out of the gate.
I thought straight starts. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I have a different opinion, but go ahead.
I just felt like he hasn't gotten out of the gate in 3 straight starts now.
Okay, that's fair.
That's kind of been his issue a little bit too. I'm so curious how they ride him today. If he breaks well, are they going to send him to the front, or are they going to try to rate behind the stablemate a little bit? Because I don't really know. And ultimately, what it came down to is I think between the 2 Bafferts, if you told me someone is going to run off the screen and run a 95, I feel like it's more likely to be the
other one
because he's a little less exposed. So that's
this horse. I mean, this horse should excel going 2 turns, but my goodness, this horse owes a lot of people a lot of money. TQ and I do notes in our formulator on that December 28th race, 6-horse field. Horse was heavy odds on, negative show pool.
Yep.
What place did he finish?
4th. He finished a horrible 4th, and I know because I was all in alive to him in the big contest on opening day.
Oh my God! Really?
$5,000, and he was.
Are you serious?
And then in his debut, I loved him that day too, and he was 8-1, and I was live for about $2,500. And he
got this much.
Yeah, so this horse owes me. So I will admit, there's a little bit of like pettiness with this pick too. Like, come on, you gotta do something.
See, you know what? You're a better man than I am because I'd be like, screw this horse. I'm never betting him again. I'm going with the other Baffert. This horse beat me. But that's what's called the Scatoni off angle. When Scatoni gets off a horse he's chased a couple of times, that's when you bet the horse.
Yeah, that never fails. It works for me too.
Well,
I think. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, finish. Go ahead.
No, the first seminar I ever did with you, I made that point. Like, I'm finally betting off this one horse, so you guys should all bet it. I told the whole crowd, and sure enough, that horse won for fun. So it goes around.
See, at least we're self-aware, right? Like we were
exactly.
wrong, but we were kind of right. Like we told them to bet it anyway. Like we didn't bet it, but they did.
Yeah.
Let me just go back to Cherokee Nation real quick.
Mhm.
I thought Freysu did that horse no favors. The horse was slow, and then he got the horse between horses, behind horses. That horse never got to settle, was never comfortable at any point in the race. I am not surprised that Baffert went to a different jockey here. And again, I'm not knocking Freysu. Freysu's a terrific rider, but the circumstances that day, because of that slow start, I don't think he gave that horse the best chance to win based on the positioning this horse was in during the race. And I mean, it's a grade 3 anyway. Like he wasn't going to win. I mean, I liked him as a long shot, but probably wasn't going to win. Plutarch was awesome that day, I thought. But anyway, Jaramillo, new to the circuit, riding well, getting hot, gets in the Baffert barn.
Yeah.
He will hop off and put the horse on his shoulders to get this horse to the finish line first.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know you're going to get one of the best rides or the best efforts you'll ever see from a jockey on this horse to impress Baffert, right?
Yeah. This is his not one shot, but this could be his one shot. So you know he's going to give it his
We
all.
don't
in this
know.
race.
But yeah, hey, you win here, we'll talk.
Yeah.
But I actually really want to talk about the 5. Because of the 2 McCarthys, you know, I was the Captain Obvious, and I thought the 6 had a much better chance, not just because of the name Eruption, but yeah. Talk me through Turf to Dirt, third race of the Form Cycle, Blink is on.
Yeah. Well, as far as 6 goes, I just felt like Cherokee Nation ran way better than he did when they faced off last time. So that's why I didn't really want the 6 in here.
Okay.
The 5 is a horse that actually I think I learned this angle from you, Frank. It's still February. And this is a 4-year-old facing a bunch of 3-year-olds at this point of the year, which has always been, I think, a pretty good angle too.
Massive angle.
I know they're getting 8 pounds or whatever, but I don't know if that's enough in February if this horse can actually run. So that, first of all, that was the one thing I liked. The other is I really liked his workouts prior to the comeback race in December. He was working in company with There Goes Harvard, who was a grade 1 winner, I believe.
Yeah. Won the Hollywood Gold Cup, I believe.
And was outworking
that
horse.
Might have won a stakes race on turf, too.
Yeah, he's a really nice,
horse.
Nice, cool veteran horse. And this horse outworked that one pretty easily over the dirt at Santa Anita. And then they tried him at LaSalle. He ran okay sprinting. LaSalle can be a weird dirt track. I feel like it's very conducive to turf horses. And he ran terrible on the turf. I don't know. I just feel like there's enough things going on. The blinkers are going on. He showed enough ability as a 3-year-old last year in his debut for being a 30-1 shot in a race where I don't think these are Baffert's best horses.
Yeah, these aren't Bafferts that like you want to go to the bank with, because obviously we saw that people went to the bank with Winston Avenue and they went broke. So not the reliable Baffert types.
So are we going to surprise if the Bafferts win? No. But are they formidable? No, I don't think so either. So I do want to have a couple dollars running through this huge long shot that is going to blow up everything if we can get him home.
So let me just ask you one thing, because if you added one horse in here, it wouldn't cost you that much money. Do you have any other objections to Cherokee Nation other than what you saw last time? Or the confusion about what kind of trip he's going to get?
No, he would be the one horse I would use as well. I just this is the way I play. I just play very, very skinny, very tight. So that's I hate using 2 favorites. I don't know. I can't do it unless it's like one of those where I love prices on either end of it and like it makes a lot of sense to make sure I have both of them. I just don't know if that's the case here.
I am not trying to talk you on that horse or talk you off any horse. I think it's important to discuss these kinds of strategies because you know we have our audience sitting at home going, well, for an extra couple of bucks, I could throw in Cherokee Nation, and that's why I was asking you. And you're like, well, no, Jackson wants no part of Cherokee Nation. So you know what I mean? Like, so I think these are very important intellectual discussions to have when it comes to structuring tickets.
Yeah, I just feel like long term, like, am I going to win more tickets? No, but I think adding the 3 for an extra $6, I would rather throw that $6 on the 2 another time I think
Right, I was
long
gonna say
term,
play your combos more. I just put $3 because that's the minimum. For all I know, you have it. You're doing a $30 bet. I don't know.
sure, for whatever it may be. I just feel like your ROI in the long run is going to be higher. I know you're going to win less, you're going to cash less tickets, but ROI wise, I feel like you're supposed to make a decision between the two.
You are 100% right, and that is great advice. Everyone listening out there, if you want to be in this game for the long term, you have to bet efficiently, and you cannot be throwing money around on combos that don't really reflect your opinion. I mean, let's say you threw the horse in and the horse wins and you like break even on the day. It's like, so what?
Right.
But in this situation where I actually think Cherokee Nation might go favored in there. I mean, I'm not sure. We can look in the doubles actually, but let's go to the last leg because we both like the 7. Jackson is also throwing in the 5. And then I had a couple of backups, but I think the race is through the 7.
I agree.
We talked a little bit about that, right?
Yeah. We talked about 7 already. I just feel like the 4 and the 10, the race they're coming out of is kind of weird in that if you look at I don't know if you use buyer, if you use figures or whatever figures you use.
I'm not a big speed figure person.
Okay. So at least for the buyer in that race, and typically horses get bet based on that. At least the public kind of gravitates towards that.
100%.
But every single horse that finished in the top 5 of that most recent race improved by at least 10 points from their previous race. And some of them improved by like 20 or 30, which I just feel like is pretty unlikely. I'm not saying the number's wrong. I just feel like they're unlikely to reproduce that same effort. It doesn't seem, especially horses of that caliber, like they don't just all of a sudden get that much faster overnight. So,
what the phrase is? Trust but verify.
Right. So I just want to see them do it again because they're going to be overbet on that number, and that goes for the 4 Classico, or no, Biggie, and the 10 Keegman. So I wanted to be against those. And then the one little price horse I have is the 5 Azario, just because they're throwing the kitchen sink at him. Not blinkers, but gelding, Lasix, drop in class. He's actually been working okay. I don't know how strong this field is. So that was the other horse I liked a little bit.
Well, Jackson, I cannot thank you enough for answering the call. We have Radar Rob in the studio. I'm going to bring him on to take us to the finish line. Everyone out there, if you don't already follow Jackson and his work, please do. Actually, I want to put your hold on. I'm going to cut and paste your Twitter and put it in the comments. Jackson, Ryan Anderson, their mutual friend Noah. These guys are the future of the sport. I love their energy. I love the way they approach the game. I love how passionate they are. They're self-starters. They're entrepreneurs. Like Jackson said, he's like I said, I thought I was special, but he's like, I'll say yes to everything. And I knew because like I wanted to reach out to you and Ryan because I knew of all the guys that have been on my show and who I'm friends with. You've done the work. You've already done your handicap. Because if someone calls me at the last minute, I was like, oh, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm like, Jackson probably did this the second the morning line was out. So
probably before, honestly. Yeah. No, this stuff. It's always so much fun, and I always enjoy hanging out with you, Frank. We always have fun conversations, and hopefully we can connect on this late pick 3. It's a really nice sequence, and I'll kind of be disappointed if it really chalks out.
One more question for you. Let's say we get to late double time, and you look at the probables with Cherokee Nation to the 5 and the 7, and they're pretty good. Would you come back with a late double? I'm really trying to push you.
No. I don't mind hedging, but I like doing it in the last race just because I'll know exactly what I'm alive to. I can have more information. Like if this Cherokee Nation beats me, then like, so be it. I'll come back and play the last race. But that's just me.
Jackson, I love you. I cannot get you to budge. He's like, Frank, I'm as politely as possible. I'm telling you, I am not betting Cherokee Nation, no matter how you phrase it.
He's probably going to burn me, but that's okay. We get burned every now and then.
Look, I love the analysis. this is why we do the show, right? Where it's a gambling game.
Yeah.
Selection shows and all we need it. We absolutely need it because you want to go into the game day prepared. But now we're betting money real time. May pivot, may not. Jackson is definitely not going to pivot on Cherokee Nation, no matter what I try to say. But anyway, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're welcome back anytime. Love what you, Ryan, Noah, all those guys are doing. In the Money Media, the Gallop Out. Keep it up, man.
HHH Racing, all over the place. Yeah.
HHH.
It's all in my X. Check out.
It's a young man's game, man. I can't be doing this forever. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Take care, Rob. We're going to get Rob in. Jackson, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, man.
All right. That was Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. And now, don't say anything yet. Hold on. Stand by. I got to play a little video because it's that time of the show where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Right here.
Tough race. Let's phone a friend. Yes, Radar Rob.
Woo!
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, Frankie. How you doing, Frank? Oh, my God. Nice. Nice to be back. Nice to be back on. I'm in the beautiful chandelier room right now at Santa Anita.
Ooh, yes, I see it. Very nice.
Chandelier behind
a
me.
lot better than last time. When Ciaran,
Oh, yeah. So now
had you on his little tin can and wire contraption.
I can hear you now, and Frank's voice, as much as I love it, I can actually hear you the whole podcast now. So.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you talk. How about that? But no, for those who don't know Radar Rob, not only a great handicapper, but a great person. We've known each other for a very long time. I certainly respect your work. We know how hard you do it. Thank you for coming on. If you don't remember, Radar Rob was on the show a couple of weeks ago. We talked about I forget her horse. I think it was a Polanco horse or something that lit up the tote board that Rob used and gave out in his late pick 3 and ended up paying like $1,800. Instant legend, right off the jump. You know what? You're only as good as your last winner, so you're good now. How are we going to get paid in this? How are we starting off this late pick 3?
This late pick 3, I mean, it looks, what I've seen, I feel like it's going to pay $400 to $600. That's my guess right now. $400 to $600.
Before you go on, can you talk about that for a second? Is that how you approach every multi-race sequence?
You have to like look at it and just go, okay, how much am I going to bet versus how much do I really think it could pay? And you know, obviously there's factors. You might hit every long shot, and you might hit every favorite, but it looked pretty wide open. The last race definitely wide open. This race obviously has a ton of horses in it, so I felt like, I mean, it's the lowest takeout. I think it's one of the best bets in the track for sure. Yeah. The late pick 3. So I just felt like it was a $3 wager would pay about $400 to $600 if, you know, varying things happen. But that's about what I thought. And my bet's 108. So I have a bet that's 108.
Before we talk about the actual horses, can you give me your ticket because I want to put it up on the board? And remember last time you were a little shy. You're like, oh, I don't want to give out an expensive ticket, and even though it wasn't that expensive, but we talked about it, and you'd be like, well, actually, I'm adding a couple of horses here, and that was the one that hit. I think it was like $72, and it paid $1,800. So don't be shy, don't hold back. It's up to everyone to decide how much they want to spend and which horses to use.
Very true. I've just got used to the TVG thing where they give out, the cheaper ticket because, most people can't afford certain amounts, but I just wanted to give an affordable ticket, but I'll definitely give a ticket out, and I really feel very good about it. And it's going to be about $108. In fact, it is $108. It's and this race, I like the 2, the 6, and the 10.
Okay.
8th race, we're going 2, 3, 6. Okay. And in the 9th, we're going 4, 7, 8, 10.
So 4
Oh,
times 3, 12,
4,
12 times 3, 36, 36 times 3, 108, right?
108.
All
I
right,
bet it already, so I'm good. The last time I was doing it with Ciaran, I hadn't put my bet in, so I had to run away. But this time I already did it pre. I probably didn't need to do it because I've already started the pick 4 well, hit the 11-1 shot to start the pick 4 with all the same horses. So let's hope we can hit both, pick 4 and pick 3.
So I was busy yapping on the show. They ended up putting up the Elton.
They put it up, and the horse never touched the other horse, but he definitely got hurted really badly. So 100% I thought it was going to get taken down, and it did.
Did you have the other horse?
I had both horses.
Okay. Well, yeah, good result for you, though.
Better result. So let's do. So I'm alive on the pick 4 so far with everything exactly as I just laid it out.
All right, let me see how much time. Okay, we only have 5 minutes, so I want you to talk about your reasoning for why you landed on these horses, and then after that, I want to talk about like the game plan and strategy, like action and all that stuff. But right now, talk through this race.
So yeah, this race I went with the 2, 6, and 10. I replay wise, Frank does his homework. I do my homework. Definitely Mullins second off a claim is deadly. I believe he's like 60-something% second off a claim. So that's almost an automatic throw in. I mean, I already like the horse anyway.
You know what's another interesting stat? I don't mean to interrupt you, but I was blown away when I saw this. DRF has a stat called one last start. When that horse won, Mullins is 42% off a win. He wins again off a win. Like, that blew my mind. So when they so good.
The guys have been unbelievable this meet. His horses turn out. They always look fantastic. He's just running the table right now. You can't leave anything he throws out there out. So definitely, I thought I liked the race anyway. But 60% second off a claim. I'm definitely not leaving the 2 out. Okay. The 6 horse had major, obviously. Your previous guest probably talked about it. He had major problems going into the first turn. He was very ranked. He was boxed in. I thought he was much the best horse in that race, Cuban Confusion.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah,
100% I'm using that one.
That was his top pick, by the way.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah. I wouldn't blame anybody for making that anybody's top pick. And then the outside horse, Son of a Birch, off a layoff. He definitely had some issues there. I thought a little bit in the stretch, not as bad as it seems on the running line, but I thought second off a layoff, outside post, Falcone. I thought I had to use him, so I definitely threw the 10 in there.
Yeah, I really liked Son of a Birch last time, and I thought the horse was. I know the horse had a little bit of trouble, but I also thought the horse was flat. I expected the horse to run a little bit better. But I'm going to forgive it because maybe the horse was a little short, right? So,
could be.
I ended up going. My A's are. I'll put mine up real quick. Radar 110, 6, and then I also have the 2 and the 5 as backups. So we have the same 3 horses. I have a couple of more, and the reason I have a couple of more is because I'm pretty invested on Cherokee Nation. So I have that single on 2 of my tickets.
100% at Cherokee Nation closed into that 2-back, closed into that really slow pace, the Robusta set. And I thought he closed the best in that race. Last race, the horse I bet in the future Kentucky Derby is the Secured Freedom. I really think that Intrepid and Secured Freedom are the 2 best horses in Southern California, to be honest with you.
Secured Freedom ran so good. That gallop out and
the gallop out was monster.
That made up in the last quarter mile. Forget it.
It did nothing to discourage me at all when I put my future bet at 90-1. I'm more happy now than I was when I put it in.
You're more happy now in defeat than because now you know what? He probably drifted. You could bet him again.
200%. I believe he's still like something like 80-1. I don't know, but I might put more on it. I already have like 500 to win on him, so we'll see what happens.
I will also say this: I thought Plutarch was pretty impressive in that race.
Very, but he's out, so that's
Oh,
great.
he's out? I missed that.
He's out of the Kentucky Derby Trail.
I totally missed that. Totally missed it.
So we're looking at Intrepido and Secured Freedom right now, and unless Eruption really, who worked awesome, the 6-horse, that's why I added him in.
Yeah.
His works look so strong. I could see this horse improving again. He's got the improving pattern, so I couldn't leave him out either. And he did close into a slow pace as well.
All right, so real quick, let's keep going through the rest of your ticket because people they're like, I want to put this bet in, but I need a reason.
0 minutes to post for the night. They're going to the gate. So in the last race, I did 4, 7, 8, 10. I thought Biggie had a little trouble. I liked the race he came out of. I thought Prime Artist. He was bump start last time. I thought he hit his legs, so that might have affected him. I thought Mendel's Tune got completely wrecked. You can almost throw that race out at the start. And then Keegan was very rank into the first race as well. And they're all I think the 2 of them come out of the same, 3 of them come out of the same common race. So
you think Keegman is going to try to wire them from out there with Maldonado, just go to the lead and hope for the best?
I think he could. Yeah. And you got
not much speed in there.
No, not a lot of speed. Second time Lasix, Maldo. I mean, I didn't think you could leave him off. So those are the 4 I looked at when I was doing my together.
Just pick one, because I have the 7 singled on some of my tickets. I'm just curious who would be your top pick, not value. Just who do you think is the most likely winner of those 4 horses?
Based on that's a tough one. The gun at the head, I will say I would almost probably have to do the same, the 7.
Okay.
Because I think that was the strongest race.
They're going into the gate. You can stick around, right?
I can. Okay. I already got my bets in.
I'm taking us both out of the studio. We'll watch the race and we'll reconvene after. Was that even a horse race, or was that a walkover?
Wow, 3rd choice. Can you believe that?
Oh my God, absolutely crushed them. Like, you don't see that. Look at this.
Are we? We're not on live, are we?
Yes, we're live now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, we just went live, and I was like, "That's It was like a walkover.
Yeah, he had the perfect. He had the perfect trip. What a perfect trip he got, huh? Wow.
That was really, really impressive, though. And so, what did you say? Mullins second off the claim.
He's almost. He's probably at like after that win and another one earlier in the meet. He's probably like at 70% now. Second off the claim.
Yeah, and then when he won his last start, he was 42% with a positive ROI.
Yeah,
crazy.
No, he's nuts. If I see second off claim Mullins, I don't even look at the horse. I don't even look at the form. I just throw it in. I literally do.
He's been having a terrific meet. Talk to me a little bit about. Do you have time to stick with us the rest of the way, or you got to go? Just so I know.
No, I'm good because I put my bets in. So this time I bet early.
You have to leave to pivot. That's fine. See.
No, I'm good.
Remember last time on the show, you were like, Frank, it's 2 minutes. I got to make a bet. I was like, dude, go make a bet. And you did. You made a bet and it hit. Ciaran was like, I would have had that horse, but I couldn't get my bet in because I'm doing the show. And I'm like, what? Maybe I'm wrong. I made his bet.
Well, in this case, I have so much on the pick 4 and pick 3. I don't need to bet anything on the double because I'm 3 to 4. So betting a double would be counteractive at this point. You know what I mean? So
can I put your pick 4 up so we can root it the whole way? Give me the whole
ticket
if you don't mind, or just who you have in the last 2 legs.
Pick 4 wise, I did.
Was it how much was it for?
I actually did it all in the first leg. So that's why I was loving the 11 to 1. Say what?
Was it for 50 cents or more?
No, it was for $1.
Okay. $1 pick 4. All.
And it was $216.
So how many horses were in that first leg? 7?
So there was.
Oh, even better. I could show the ticket.
There's the ticket.
The proof is in the pudding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 horses.
Oh. Yes.
Well, just
this is the proof I do bet. This is the proof I do bet what I say.
And more.
Yeah.
$1 late pick 4. So it was all okay with.
All with 2, 6, 10, with 2, 3, 6, with 4, 7, 8, 10.
I'm actually really glad about that. And how much was it?
It was 108 for 50 cents.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll put the 50-cent denomination up.
108 for 50 cents. So we got
really good exercise because me and Ciaran don't really talk about the pick 4 much on this show, but I want to compare your 2 tickets and see.
So I kept everything the same. Like the pick 4 that I bet is exactly the same as the pick 3. I just doubled up basically. I felt really good about today. When I talked to Ciaran, I was like, I don't think I'm going to come today. I'm going to play from home. But tomorrow I'm going to come. But then I looked at the cards more. The harder I looked, I thought today's card I liked way, way more. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to come out today and then not tomorrow. So I usually
you had your opinions in the late pick 3, so you just bought the first race in the pick 4.
100%. And I thought it could be a long shot.
And you got the 11 to 1. Nice.
And
okay. Excellent.
I thought their price could hit because I thought the favorite was definitely beatable. So I figured why not just go all there and hopefully catch a price, which it worked out. It worked out. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, it doesn't work out sometimes.
No. More often than not, it doesn't work out, Rob. Come on. Who are we kidding?
You catch the favorite, right? It's really silly sometimes, right?
But here, let me ask you this, because I know you got your bets in because you wanted to be prepared to talk about them on the show. We're going to look at probables. We're going to look at will pays. We're going to look for market signals. Do you ever do that and pivot or change or maybe add something or press? Or you're pretty happy, usually pretty happy with what you already have? Well, like, what do you do during the race day?
I will definitely, I mean, I will say out there to everybody that I definitely do my homework. I'll spend 2-3 days on one card, and I'll just go all in on one day for the weekend. And today was the day. And I watch every work. I watch every head on. I watch every replay. And when I started doing this, I noticed Frank, and I was like, wow, this guy's is about as detailed, maybe even more than me. I was like so surprised. So I'll do my homework, and then I'll look at the handicappers as well. I'll see what they see just in case I missed something. And I thought you were the most detailed of all of them. So that's when I started talking to you and stuff. I was like, wow, you really do your work. And I was like, you do everything just like I do. So that's why I really look at your stuff. And I mean, that's how you have to do it. I mean, if you want to win in this game, it's a tough game.
I remember that conversation so vividly, Rob, because it meant a lot to me that you recognize just how much work I put in.
Oh, yeah.
And how hard it is. And we had a really good conversation, and you acknowledged the work that I do. You're like, and you respected that. And then you started talking about what you do, and I felt like a chump. Because then you showed me all the work that you did. I go, why am I? Rob should have this job. And I don't know, you probably didn't see this, but last time Ciaran was up there, he grabbed one of your PPs, and he showed it on the show, like all your ink marks and everything. Like the level of work that you do is unparalleled. I know I do a lot of work, and I know how hard it is. I can promise you, you do more. I can promise you. I know.
That's saying something. Well,
but you also bet a lot more than I do too. So
the only way I could say that I do more than you is because my new thing in the last couple of years has been I'm trying to just play one day, and I'm literally only focusing on one day. So I put all my eggs into one day. And now that the entries come out so early, which is a huge advantage now, because now I can get the TrackMaster racing form, which I use almost 6 days before the races are out with the odds, which is a massive advantage, which I've been trying to take advantage of this meet. And so far it's worked out because I've been probably doing better this meet than any other meet.
What I've heard about TrackMaster. What is it?
It's just it's basically the racing form, but I use the condensed version. So at least the pages will come. Most of the races are on one page because you don't really need 10 past performance lines. Basically 5 will do, right? You don't really need to be going that deep. And I like to be able to see the race as a whole on one page because it gives me a better sense of the race and the pace, everything when you're looking at it on one page. So it kind of gives me the flow of the race, the break, everything. So that's what I've just come to love.
Does TrackMaster do its own set of PPs, or do you import your racing form and then tailor it?
No, TrackMaster's from Equibase, and it's their own PPs. They're almost exactly like daily racing form, but just condensed.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's what you start with, but there's a lot of other work. Let me ask you this, because this is a hole in my game, and it's been that way for a long time, and I don't know if I could plug it because I know I'm just not good at it. What about workouts?
Workouts are great if you know what you're looking at.
Right, I don't.
I mean, sometimes they can fool you like you won't never be fooled. And I've been fooled still, even with all these years of experience. I still get fooled sometimes. But
do you watch them on ExpressBet?
I watch everyone they can possibly post that's available and I also get Andy Harrington's workout report. And then I also use that workout report to see what they have, and then I look at it myself. Was that really a B work, or was that really a B plus work? And then I do it myself. And then sometimes I mean, everybody's human. I've seen mistakes made where maybe it's because they have so many horses working. Maybe it's the
I don't know
wrong
how
horse.
they do it, to be honest with you. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So sometimes he has the inside horse and the outside horse may be wrong sometimes with the markings. I mean, I've seen it happen. So if you want to be double sure, then you just got to watch it yourself and know what the horse looks like. Because like everybody else, we're all human. We can make he doesn't make very many mistakes, but sometimes it does happen. And I remember catching a couple where I go, wait, that was the wrong horse. That wasn't the B word. It was the other horse. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to do.
But yeah, like you said, he's human.
Yeah,
Bruno
he's human. He's watching a ton of horses. So come on. I mean, it's
Bruno DiGiulio from back in the day.
Yes.
Bruno, you remember Bruno? Like Bruno.
Yes. He still does it.
Yes, but he went back east for a bit. Now he's back in SoCal. I love Bruno, and he was kind enough. When I first came out to Southern California, my good friend William Murray was friends with Bruno. They're both Italiano, so he introduced me to Bruno, and I'm Italiano too. And Bruno said, "You know what? Come shadow me for a morning," because I was like, "Hey, if I can get an edge, like, hey, I'm Bruno, like, very, very good."
Oh, he's
great.
After
that, and I saw all the clockers and Bruno, they're all doing the same thing. I go, they belong in an insane asylum. Like, these people are nuts. They get up at the butt crack of dawn. They got the binoculars. They got a dictaphone. They got a scratch pad, white blaze, white blaze, 2 front white socks. This out, breaking off now. Stopwatch. I'm going. I said, Bruno, I respect what you do. You're either crazy or a genius. And I think it's kind of both, actually.
No, you're 100% right. They have so much. They have so much to look at. So much, and they got so much stuff, radios, this, that, and then they got to clock it at the exact right time when they hit the pole. And there's so many mistakes that easily could be made that, I mean, it's shocking that they do so well. I mean, really, I applaud them. But like I said, everybody's human, and there's so much going on. Sometimes you just have to look for yourself and just see what you think as a horseman or a handicapper, what you thought of the work. And I kind of I have a bit of a horse background, having worked behind the scenes for a little bit. So
tell us about that, because it's actually
I feel like I know what I'm looking at when I look at a horse.
You outgrew your jockey dreams. You're a little too tall to be a jockey. But yeah, I mean, you've been around the game a long time and on the backstretch.
Yes, I worked for first guy I worked for was Michael Whittingham, real quickly, obviously Charlie Whittingham's son. And then I worked for John Sadler for about almost 2 years, I want to say. And then I worked for a real small trainer who's not in business anymore. And
who was that?
But that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I was just telling that story to somebody else. I wanted to be a trainer, but thank God he lost his horses, and I somehow was able to make money and become an owner, because it's a hell of a lot easier.
You dodged the bullet, man. Do you mind me asking who the trainer was?
Oh, it was Robert Raven from way back when.
I remember that name. Okay.
Do you remember Robert Raven? He was only had like 10 horses.
Vaguely.
He met a girl from the Baffert barn, and a Swedish girl, and he ended up marrying her and going to Sweden. So basically he left, and I lost the horses. Therefore, I lost my job. So
you're like, oh man, I really need to elevate my handicapping game here.
Yeah, I better learn how to make some money or learn how to handicap.
Well, yeah, and you've been around the horses on the backside. You've worked on the backside. I know when you were very, very young, you had aspirations of being a jockey.
100%.
You live, eat, and breathe this game, and I want to give you a lot of credit, because we've talked a bit about horse ownership and how you approach the game. So I want to ask you 2 questions. One, what do you look for when you're ready to claim or privately purchase a horse? And B, can you use that information to make you a better handicapper?
You can definitely use the information to make you a better handicapper because you have to look at the condition book, tons, and that really helps you know. Like when you look at the form, you see like, whoa, should this horse have been here or there? Why did they go here when they could have gone there? Maybe something's wrong with this horse because they went here instead. So there's all kinds of things you can look at it as an owner or a trainer, but definitely I think that's the best thing that I ever happened when I was an owner. So I started really looking at the condition book a lot. And that helped me as a handicapper.
Ciaran's mentioned that a few times on the show before. And speaking of Ciaran.
He's back.
What's going on?
There he is.
Let's see if I can get a good setup here. No.
Well, I was just putting my picks in. I didn't see them on the show when I was watching, so I didn't know if people had them.
They're in the chat.
Okay.
There he is.
I don't know. What looks best, guys? Chime in.
Double trouble.
I'm going to just real quick, Tippy, do you play the Coast to Coast, Rob?
I have not been playing it, no, because as far as I remember, the pools weren't so good when I was playing it. So I was like, And I generally just try to stick to Santa Anita. I just go all in on Santa Anita. I just stick to what I know best at the moment.
But anyway, Tippy, one of our members of the DTL crew, that is his bread and butter bet. I mean, this guy does so good. Tippy just won the Coast to Coast 2600 plus proof he rides. Congratulations, man. Of course, I have in late Santa Anita pick 3, and he's singling Biggie in the last race. I've talked plenty. I'm going to turn the microphone over to the forgotten host. Ciaran, are you able to participate?
Yeah, I was just looking to see where we were standing. My all turf looks like I'm still alive on. That was my big bet. I singled that 2 in the first leg. We got out of it, right?
Yeah, everybody's alive.
Yes.
Everybody's alive in that one.
And the second leg, the 2, right?
The 2, yes.
I'm all about Biggie in the last leg. I got a $15 pick 3 into the Biggie. It looks like.
Wow, 15. Wow, 5 times. Nice.
I'll circle back to the pick 3, but let's. I want to put your double up.
Yeah, the double
time. Double trouble time.
I mean, the double here. When I was looking at it, I ended up putting the number 2 Winston as the better Baffert. I know why everyone's all about, Hera, but I thought the works weren't the usual works you would see for a Baffert. And I know some people probably think Fresh Shoe lost the ride and Baffert's trying Hera, but I just thought Fresh Shoe was going to the Sadler horse no matter what. And even though Sadler's 0 for 34, which is still crazy for me to think about how ice cold he is, I gave that one the leg up. But believe it or not, my second choice in here is the 6, Eruption, with Kimura. So that should tell you what I think of the 6 there, Frank. I thought had a great closing kick, bullet work, and got gelded. So, I mean, I'm hoping for some carnage. And, before I hopped on, I was looking at some of the will pays, and the will pays are actually pretty attractive, even with the 3 Cherokee into Biggie in the next leg that I think everyone agrees that it's the chalk, right? That's going to be the obvious single. What do you guys think? Yes, Biggie?
Well, Ciaran, do you want me to look up any probables for you here?
Yeah, let's look at let's do the 6 into the 4, Frank.
Okay, so we have 6 minutes to pose, plenty of time. Quick scan of the odds board. I told Jackson I thought that the Cherokee Nation might be favored. And there he's 6-5. Winston Avenue, second choice, 2-1. Latitude, third choice, 4-1. Let's see what the probables look like. Actually, let me look at the will pays first, okay? Not much separation between the 2. And actually, the 2's favored in the double here, $20. Then the 3 is $27. And then the 1 is $43. So The two Baffords are taking the lion's share of the money. And now going forward, I'm sorry, Ciaran, what was the combo you want?
Let's just start off with the Baffert I thought should be favorite, number 2, with number 4, and see what that's paying.
2 to the 4, the $5 double is paying $58.
58, really? That is what's 58. Then what's the 3 to the 4? I'm just curious. The chalk to the chalk.
The 3 to the 4 is the double combo favorite at $36.
That's still, wow. I think that's pretty healthy. That tells me
that's pretty healthy. It's a wide open race, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this race is the betting's telling us that, you know, the first and second choice are really, people are spreading around here. So if you feel confident about something here, I think you can hammer it. I mean, in the last leg, I was all about, you know, biggie, but I had a backup ticket with the number 10 Keegman, you know, the Edwin Papa horse, you know, just because those two win 28%. But I really thought 4 looked like, if you asked me, Frank, I can only pick one horse in the last race. That was easy. Biggie.
You broke up a little bit. Who?
I was saying, if I had to single in the last race, it's all about the 4. Biggie. I think it looks as good as the 5 that we had on Sunday's card. I think it was the 5, right? The one that we would have won the
Brendan Galvin horse.
Yeah, so
I disagree. I don't think that horse looks as good as the Brendan Galvin horse.
I did have
just went down at 7 to 5.
I do have a small like double, and I think I'm looking at my all turf. No, my backup ticket. So my all turf, I was going to put in the number 2 in the next leg. I mean, how do you not use? We've talked about it on the show a lot, Frank. Baffert on the turf of late. Like sometimes you'll get a pretty good price. I thought Biggie was dominant, but if you've got room to spend some money, the 2 might be an interesting double horse to look at the will pays.
I think the 7 wins by a mile. You guys have the 7? I know Rob does. Rob has 5-7.
I'm not.
Jackson had 5-7. Who do you have, Rob?
4, 7, 8, 10 in the last.
4,
7, 8, 10. I didn't think you could narrow down that race. There's so many common races. I watched all of them, and I was like, wow, they kind of take turns beating each other, kind of in a way. But I thought Biggie's closing kick, the last race on film, looked really good, I will say. So
yes, that's why I ended up putting that one kind of on top. And I did look at that 7 a lot, but I just found reasons for the other ones. And, you know, knowing my luck of late, it will be the 7 that wins. So, but it is what it is.
Ciaran, you weren't on when Rob and I were talking about his late pick 3. So
I was able to listen. I was listening, so I heard. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Ciaran, you're fantastic. Thank you for coming on the show.
Rob was talking about how he also played a late pick 4, so he went all and then played his late pick 3 in the same combos.
Okay.
So he got alive to an 11-1 in the first leg of the pick 4. So now he still has the pick 4 and the pick 3 with all the same horses. So I was asking him if he might consider coming back with the double or whatever, and he said he is perfectly happy with where he stands. And you know, that's part of what we talk about when it comes to strategy. Handcuffing the bets.
I mean, I kind of did, you know, if I was on or able to be on earlier, my all turf, I did not use my, you know, on the last leg, I did not use my other, you know, my backups, the 2 and the 10 on that all turf ticket, because I knew I was going to use it in the pick 3. So I was able to spread a little bit more on that race. So that was the strategy I had on the today.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of what I was, you know, the point. I was also talking to Jackson about that because I was asking him, you know, would you use, he didn't have Cherokee Nation. He liked, let me see who he liked. He liked the 5, actually the 2 and the 5. And I said, well, if you get to the late double, and like you get Cherokee Nation to the 2 horses you like in the last, and they're good prices, would you use them? And I really respected what he said. He was like, no. It's like, no. If I lose, I lose. He didn't like the horse, so why would he spend money betting the horse? Like, I mean, what do you think about that, Rob? Do you let outside influences like force you to hedge or second guess yourself?
I mean, it depends on who it is.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. They're at the gate.
They're at the gate. They're in the gate.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
There you are. Rob, we're live. Hold on. I'm unmuting everybody's microphone.
What was the tomato for?
Tomato.
Winston Avenue. Your horse ran like a tomato can.
Okay, but still, it was the backup ticket, so I mean, it is what it is. Still $20 double.
I went outside to watch a possible Derby horse. Possible. Very slim, but possible. It's not out of the woods for sure that this horse could get back on the trail after that. Definitely not. Still love Intrepido and Secured Freedom, though, as in terms of California.
How much does that flatter your 2 horses?
It makes it really good. I was really rooting for that, to be honest with you.
He destroyed that field. And you know what? He probably would have been better if Frazu didn't go to the. Believe me, Frazu did not lead this horse to go to Sadler. He got booted because he messed that up. And I told you, Jaramillo, he's going to put that horse on his back and carry him home. That's his Derby horse.
It seems like anything that comes out of anything that Secured Freedom ran in has been coming back strong. And I thought he was physically the best looking horse I've seen so far in California. I think the longer the better, and he's improving every time. Man, I mean, it's making me like Secured Freedom more and more and more and more.
Actually, Ciaran and I did a video for that race, and he liked Secured Freedom in the Robin, and the horse never really had a chance to win. But out of that race, when we did our recap, we were both like, "Oh man, that is the horse." You remember that, Ciaran, Secured Freedom, the Tiniac horse? You're like, that's the one to watch.
100%, because he went 4 wide into the first turn, 4 to 5 wide the whole way, 4 to 5 wide in the second turn, into a slow pace, and still galloped out and ran past the whole field at the end. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, as a handicapper, I was like watching it. I was there at the track, and because I have a future bet on that horse, and I was like, that did nothing to discourage me whatsoever. In fact, I went back, put more on it.
No, I think when we did the recap, we were like, that was the horse you would take out of that race, just because the ride was.
And I've talked to Tim Yaktine and Millie. Oh, I'm loving it.
And it wasn't just the gallop out; it was the way he galloped out. And the way he galloped out against those two horses.
Yes.
Market and Trevido. And now the horse that he just, finished ahead of comes back, and I mean, like, that was a walkover. Never in doubt. Yeah. In that race, I'm watching Winston Avenue, and I'm watching Cherokee Nation. Cherokee Nation is like 3 times the size of Winston Avenue. And I'm going, if this horse doesn't win this race here with that body type, going around ground against his stablemate, then he's just no good,
You're right about that. And the fact that he was so close this time, you knew he was going to gobble him up. You just knew it, right? I mean, him sitting right outside the stablemate, it was over.
The tell to me last time is that Baffert entered a maiden in a grade 3 to get Derby points because he thinks this horse could be competitive in the Derby. He's like, well, why would I try to? Let's just get points. It didn't work out because of the ride and the way things developed. But okay, horse wins today, confidence. I don't know if there's enough time to get another race in before the Santa Anita Derby. Probably not. But is there another prep between we were February? Well, maybe March. What's next on the prep race calendar? There's got to be something, right?
Next week is the San Felipe. Next week, and that's when Secured Freedom is going to run, and I believe in Trepido as well.
Frank,
so
we're the 2 people who
probably going to go to the Santa Anita Derby, right?
He probably could. Cherokee Nation would probably go to Santa Anita Derby next.
What do you think?
Yeah,
John?
I don't think he's gonna ship. I was gonna say, Frank, we always joke about it. We don't even know when the Derby preps are because we never watch it till the actual week of the Derby after the draw.
I know. I was telling Jackson that, like, Ciaran and I are so uncomfortable and squirmy because we're trying to take ourselves out of our comforts.
Because I'll do a bet on the race, and then afterwards I'll hear it's like, oh, that was a Derby race? Didn't even realize it.
Oh my God!
I got the will pays up, Frank, for the all turf if you're ready.
Yeah,
what's everyone alive
to?
All right, let's hear it.
Give me 1 second. I just want to see all turf. So that was Maya Kama. The 2 won the first leg. And then the 2 won the second leg, right?
Yes.
Okay, I am not alive in the all turf. I have the 2 in my late pick 3. So what are you guys alive? Who's alive and to what?
I think Rob's alive. My horse is plus. He's alive to 2, 10, and 7, right? If I heard that right earlier, Rob.
I'm alive to 4, 7, 8, 10.
4 is 153. Yeah, all turf.
Rob, all turf.
No, I didn't play the all turf. Sorry, I thought you were talking about something else.
All right, Ciaran, who do you have in the all turf?
I've got 4 and 10.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. I only have 4. My backup ticket didn't make it, so I'm all about the 4.
Okay.
I've got a $15 all turf into the 4, and it's paying $153. I'll take that. $750, $60.
Right? Times 3.
Times.
You have it 3 times.
5. 15 times 3. Or 15. 3 times 5, Frank. 5 times.
5 times 9. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Is he the favorite?
He is the favorite by quite a bit. He's 153. The next closest is the 10 at 240. Then the 7 at 333, the 2 at 608, and then it starts going up.
Okay, wait, hold on. All right, so okay. Ciaran's alive in the all turf to the 4 for 5 times. Nice, that's good. Let's look at the late pick 3.
All right.
Late pick 3 will pays, please.
What do you guys want? Which numbers? The favorite right? Well, the favorite right now is the 4 paying $106.
Well, let's see who we were alive to. I'm only alive to the 7.
I'm only alive on my double. I'm not alive on pick 3. I got knocked out.
So do me first. What is the 7 late pick 3?
267.
267. Okay. And Rob, what do you have in the late pick 3?
4, 7, 8, 10.
4 is 106. 7 is 267. 8 is 596, and 10 is 142.
Okay, I need the 8 to make it so I hit the between $400 and $600 predictions. So everything else is the 4 is a break even, and then the other ones is a little profit. So all right.
On the double, guys, the 4 actually drifted up a little bit after the 4. Remember when we were talking? It was paying, I think, $35. The 4 is paying $42 now on the double for $5. That's pretty healthy.
Oh wow. Okay.
And next up is the 10 is paying 58. 7 is
what
paying.
Are you alive to, Ciaran?
On the double, I'm alive to the 4 and the 10 four times.
What do those pay?
$42 and $58.
Times 10?
Times 4.
Times 4.
Not
and
much.
do you see the pick 4 will pays by chance?
I do. The pick 4 for the 4 is paying 211. Second choice is the 10 at 256. Then the 7 at 494, and the 8 at 1200.
And that's for 50 cents, correct?
Correct.
Okay. There we go. So I need the 8. I need Sadler to break out of his slump because he's in the worst slump I've ever seen in my life.
I know. We talk about it. I mean, it's unreal how bad his slump is. And
he's the most. Yeah. Go ahead.
But his go-to jockeys are still not winning with him.
No. He's the most consistent trainer in the last 30 years in the whole country. And I say that with complete confidence if you look at his stats. He's never, ever below 15. He's always between 15 and 20 every single year for 30 straight years. Unbelievable. With a huge sample.
Oh, yeah.
For him to be this cold I've never seen it, to be honest with you. So,
here's the thing, though. Is he really cold or unlucky? Look at how many seconds and thirds. 13 seconds and 8 thirds.
Unlucky, probably.
I'm not to be a jerk. I'm like, this is like a serious thing. 13 seconds and 8 thirds? That's like ridiculous.
So it's a lot of seconds.
And thirds.
I know how he feels.
So I'm hoping he breaks out in this race right here with Mendel, because that horse really got jacked last time into the turn. Basically got eliminated. I thought he had horse. Antonio's getting on. Obviously, I love Antonio. It was just a mess into that first turn. I mean, you could just throw it out. Just eliminate that race. Now he's a gelding, first time lace, or second time Lasix. And my price horse, that's definitely my price horse. So I'm rooting for the 8.
This is a pretty wide open race.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna have to leave in a couple of minutes, Frank. We finally got through the crowds of people with no insurance and homeless people in the ER. So I'm gonna have to take off here. Having insurance means back of the line.
I assume because you jumped on, everything's okay?
No, we're still, you know what it is, waiting. So we got to go up and do tests, but you have to go through all that. We're in a hallway. You know, the wife's in a chair. Well, all the actual rooms are full of homeless people. So you know how it is. Our
How about
medical
wow.
system, top notch.
MVP playing injured, still shows up. Is that the cyber truck you're in?
No, this is the last car, supposed to be a comfortable car.
So I
And
just want to
plus,
make one point before you go, Ciaran. I saw all of your comments in the chat.
oh, you just didn't show them, did you?
Be
Because
nice.
I was doing it on I found it a good exercise because I hopped on, the mobile Twitter we had. I hopped on YouTube. I was trying to see if the comments were showing up, if we posted on all the different formats as well.
And were
Did you
they?
I don't know. I thought they weren't. I was going to say because you didn't mention anything. I was saying, did you lose a bet? Because it looks like you dyed your hair.
You didn't have nothing. You didn't have anything nice to say. You're like a baby throwing a tantrum. Look at me. I don't got attention. Well, I'm glad you got off on, man. I really
Well, that's good. I was actually worried the comments weren't showing up, so that's good to know. Because I was thinking, man, do I have to be logged on a different way? Because it was a good exercise.
No, you just have to say something nice. You have to say something nice first, and then you can be a jerk.
Okay.
He came out of it. He came out of it. So here, we're gonna sign you off real quick. Or do you stick around, or you done, Ciaran?
I'm waiting for her to text. She said they're gonna come get her in a minute. So she texted me off.
So this is Ciaran in the chat. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. Stop throwing your Cheerios. Say something nice, and then we will acknowledge you.
My comment must mean it is true. Who did you lose the bet to anyway, Frank?
This is not a dye job, dude. This is my natural hair.
It actually looked like it was a dyed with the gray on the side, so that's why I was.
No, if it was dyed, it would be there'd be no gray. I'd be like vampire black.
Well, that's what we thought you were going for.
I look like the lead singer of a goth band.
I thought you were going for the vampire look.
This is au natural.
I do love your glasses there, Ciaran. I will say, it looks sharp on you.
You were actually, when we were up at Santa Anita, Rob was like, I sat on my glasses, like, hey, try these ones on. And these are the best reader glasses I've ever got. I mean, they're fantastic. Good call on those, Rob.
Amazon hack.
Oh, I get them delivered every 2 weeks.
Well, just so you guys know, as soon as this race is over, we're going to have to wrap it up quickly because I got the call again. I got the call again from Chappie to do the late pick 5 preview for tomorrow.
Ooh.
So I can't hang around while Ciaran is sitting in his car.
And the late pick 5 tomorrow, you said?
Yes. They do a show every Friday covering the late pick 5 for Saturday. Unless there's a pick 6 carryover, then they make it a pick 6 show. So last week it was just me and Gino, and Gino nailed it. We had all the winners. I had all the winners except for the nightcap, but Gino had that 31-1 Essential Lady.
Ooh. Man.
I did a show with the guy. He made a great case. Yeah. You think I would throw the horse in?
I am desperate. I need someone, anyone. I need someone, anyone. There, that Scan Tony dude will do anything. I'll call him. I pick you, Scan Tony.
I love that AI. That's some good stuff.
You have now done Double Trouble Live, our show, 2 more times than Ciaran has done Chappie's show.
Oh, my goodness.
I will never be on Chappie's show. Never. I can tell you that. Once you go big leagues, I mean, it's hard to go back.
And you got to get up early in the morning for that one. You got to be awake.
That's the radio show. I've done that too. But we do a live stream right after the races end on Friday. We do the same thing, but for Santa Anita's YouTube page.
Oh, okay,
It's a
for the
real big
YouTube.
deal, dude. It's a huge
Since
deal.
we started doing this show, Rob, I'm all about the major leagues. I don't want the minor leagues. You know, it's just all about.
Why hasn't Chappie called?
This one is the one I was trying to beat me to it.
Welcome to the TV, the big leagues. No radio for you. Got it.
Wow, my hair actually looks really good on that.
I love that AI stuff. You guys are good about that with that AI. That is like
You need to
awesome.
go back into the chat room and look at your physical appearance. You're making fun of my hair. Everyone's in the chat room going, Ciaran needs to trim he's scruffy.
Oh,
he's
no.
a homeless guy.
No, I'm growing it out. This is the growing out stage. The last time the World Cup was here, when I actually used to have red hair and played soccer and was about 50 pounds lighter, they used to say I looked like Alexi Lawless back in the day, and my goatee was down to the middle of my chest. So I'm trying to see if I can grow it out nice and long for the World Cup. So.
Underneath all those old gray hairs, you're a ginger at heart?
Well, there's ginger in certain places, but I'm not showing it. This is a PC show here, Frank.
You know what, Ciaran? I know we punk each other all the time and we've shown some funny stuff, but this is the best video of all time because it's appropriate.
Tough race. Let's phone a friend. Yes, Radar Rob.
Another one for tonight. I mean, what's funny is I didn't realize, we'd have to rush off to the ER, but I was talking with Rob yesterday because I almost won an NAC seat.
Oh.
Rob and I were texting back, and I was like, "Hey, Rob, what are you doing tomorrow? You want to come?"
You weren't even close. You finished 17th.
I know, but I missed the
horse. My horse got wiped out on the stretch.
Stop humoring him. Don't
My horse got.
Do not enable his ego.
But so we were talking back and forth. I was like, "Hey, Rob, it's been a while. Let's have you come on and do a guest appearance." This was my the video I came up for.
Radar Rob is here.
I like that radar. That's pretty good.
That's sonar. That's not radar. That's sonar.
Oh, that was sonar. You're right.
It's close enough.
Sonar
When you start talking to AI, then it starts showing other weird crap. So I was like, I'm just going to stick with this. I'm not going to have to spend a Frank essay trying to explain what the difference between radar and sonar is.
I got that name from there was a horse when I first got into horse racing in 1977, 78. It was called Radar Ahead. And he was ridden by Daryl McHarg, and he was running against Vigors and all the big horses at the time. And Daryl McHarg was my favorite jockey. So I loved that horse the whole time. And then when I started playing poker online, I liked that horse's name so much, I used it as my poker handle, Radar Rob, for like 10 years online. And I got to be known as Radar Rob on poker. And then when I started owning horses, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call my stable Radar Rob Racing. So I just kept with it. That's how basically I came up with it. Pretty simple, but.
The gambling world has the best nicknames. I'll never forget my all-time favorite one. William Murray wrote Tip on a Dead Crab, used to write for the New Yorker. The Right Horse, the Wrong Horse. Unbelievable chronicler of horse racing. But he also wrote about opera. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. He used to have a group of friends that they all had nicknames. And one day this guy comes up and he's talking blah, 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 walks away, and Frank...
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, I'm sorry, Frank. I had to do something before I leave. We just got the message. So, hey, Rob, thank you very much for hopping on. And Frank,
no problem.
I'll see you guys all on Sunday.
Sound good. Good luck in the yard for sure. God bless.
Later.
See you soon. Please, really. See ya. God, I thought you'd never leave. Anyway, so Bill's like, oh, I go, who was that guy? He goes, oh, that's Bob the Painter. I go, oh, Bob the Painter. Okay, wait. Turns out that this dude was an Oscar-winning set designer for Hollywood major motion pictures and just happened to be would paint the sets and stuff. Like, Bob the Painter. Like he's just some guy who just showed up at the races after work one day.
Wow, that's very interesting, man. I was like, I would never have known. You know, how would you know?
No,
You
you
know,
wouldn't.
but
But that's the thing about horse players is like nobody really cares what your status is. Like you just, oh yeah, he painted a couple of things. Didn't matter that he was an Academy Award winner, right? Like look at Eric Roth, Forrest Gump screenwriter, or David Milch back when he used to play like at the racetrack. Dude, we are all the same. We are all equal at the racetrack.
100%. You see everybody here. I was just hanging out with Kevin Dillon last Saturday. I love the guy. We were throwing paper balls into a trash can for money.
Really?
100%. Last Saturday, we were all pretty buzzed, and I was like, man, this is one of my favorite actors because I love Platoon, I love Entourage. I mean, and I'm like, and I kind of know him now because he comes about once a month.
Yeah,
And
did he hang out in the Logan?
he hangs out in the Logan, and we were just throwing crumbled up paper into this trash can downstairs, and everybody was so into it, and we're all pretty buzzed, and we're having a great time betting money, like $20, whoever's closer. It was super fun.
They all put their pants on the same way as us, Rob.
100%. I mean, the older you get,
the thing about the racetrack. Seriously, like I have been at a self-service machine, and I've had someone to the right of me who I just saw picking his lunch out of a garbage can, and then to the left of me is the Emir of Qatar, like like Arab royalty. That's what I love so much about the track.
It really combines them. You're right. Combines them both. Like you rub elbows with billionaires, or you rub elbows with $2 better that doesn't have 2 times to their name. I mean, it's like crazy.
We all have bad beat stories. We all have stacks of losing. You know what I mean? It's like we're
100%.
You're at the racetrack. You're there for a reason. You're one of us.
100%. It's really cool. Love the crowd at the racetrack. Love the workers.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
It's the most friendly of all the sporting event places I've ever been to. I always tell anybody I bring, I brought a lot of people, it's the most friendly place for newcomers. They'll treat you so cool, and you'll be loved. And if you're a first timer or anybody, it's just the nicest people for any sporting event, I believe. Horse racing is by far the best.
You absolutely nailed it, because Ciaran and I talked about this on the show many times, because we both did the newcomer seminar at Del Mar and still do. And if you show up at the racetrack and you pay admission and you buy a racing form or a tip sheet or whatever, and you show a little bit of interest in something I love and I'm passionate about, you're my friend. Like 100%. Doesn't ask me a question. Like, and you're right. Racetrackers are the most inclusive people in the world. Like, I know it's silly, but you remember that, like, Mama Say, the Derby Girl things, the animated game or whatever? Like, some people online were making fun of that. And I'm going like,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
100 people came to the racetrack. Even if they're betting $2 a race, who cares? They're there because they want to be around horses. They want to have fun. If one person goes, oh, maybe I want to start handicapping or something, who are we to turn people away? Are you kidding me? Like, who are we to have an attitude?
No way. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I try to do my part. I try to bring in younger people all the time, because it's a 100% success rate. Every person I brought, every single time, not one person's ever said they didn't like it. Never. Not one time in 40 years. It's 100% success, because it's beautiful. I mean, how could you not like it? It's pretty cool.
It's the best.
And everybody's like, whoa.
We're loading, so let's bow out just real quick. LD says Kurt Hoover's top selection is the 8. And then Charlie, loyal member of the DTL crew, says watch out for the 2 and the 9.
Uh-oh, Kurt might have just jinxed me. Oh, no.
All right, well, good luck, everybody. Let's get it done. All right, Rob, we'll come back right after this.
Okay, sounds good.
Rob, you're 2 for 2.
It's right downstairs. The one down.
You're 2
How you
for
doing?
2 on the show, my man.
Oh, that was a break even though.
I know, but still, I mean, you were up to bat.
Actually, we lost $2.
On the pick 3 or the pick 4 or both?
I think the pick 3 I only paid 106, correct? And I bet 108.
Okay.
But the
What
pick
about
4
the
I
pick
did
four?
profit. I
Yeah,
did
what-
profit on the pick 4. So I hit the pick 4, broke even on the pick 3. The 8 finished second, pretty good second. I would have hit the try if I had boxed my 4 horses.
I know we were too busy talking about. Fun
But
stuff.
no.
We didn't talk about the try, but that's okay.
I wasn't going to play the try, but I mean, the 8 was 10-1. He got good second. I thought he was going to run way better. That last race, I thought you could eliminate it, but the 4 just obviously was much the best.
Crushed. Yeah, absolutely crushed. Horse probably should have done that last time, but made amends today.
Visually, he did look the best in the replays. In terms of replay, what I said, he did. He was really churning and looked good physically and video wise, looked really good. So I'm not surprised he won. So
Rob, cannot thank you enough for joining us. Really appreciate your time, all the insight, all the stories, putting your plays out there. Look, this is what I love about the show. Like, we are fully transparent. This is a gambling game.
100%.
I don't care how many winners you picked. I want to know if you're cashing tickets and making money. All right, man. I got to go, but thank you so much. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I loved it. It's a great time. I will say, I love it. You guys are awesome.
Right now, the reception in the chandelier room, that's the money move right there.
100%.
We'll put Ciaran in the 100-1 so we can't hear him. It'll go in and out. You in the chandelier, that's the money move.
I thought so. It looked good.
Have a great night. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Drive safe.
All right, everybody. That wraps another show. Radar Rob, the all-star of the show. Get out, get up, get paid. I'm about to do Chappie's show. So go to Santa Anita on X and watch us. We'll talk about the pick 5 for tomorrow. No rest for the wicked. Love you guys. DTL Crew represent. Really appreciate everything.
Ready on life support. They hit me with that low takeout. Now I'm feeling kind of sport. 15%, bro, that's basically free money. I'm about to turn $11 into a yacht by Monday. Low takeout best. Cha-ching. Double trouble, I'm doing this thing. My pocket's doing the running, man. Low takeout best. What? Bookies crying in the can. Low takeout best. Baby, 3 straight lawns. If this thing hits, I'm buying the whole damn barn. Grass to grass to grass. No dirt in my life. I'm so all turf. I might start photosynthesize. Santa Anita, low takeout got me acting unwise. Told my wife, babe, I'm rich. Now she want alimony twice. Double trouble on the mic. We causing the scene. Low takeout was all turf and retirement dream. If we hit this pick 3, tell the valet keep the change. We're reading lobster tonight on a $12 range. Boom. Thank you, Santa Anita. Good night.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to Double Trouble Live on YouTube. Get out, get up, get paid. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to Double Trouble Live on YouTube. Get out, get up, get paid.